Hey, what's going on? Today's a pretty big day for me. I got a long way to go today. Last night I hopped in the car and got just south of Chicago before I decided to stop, spend the night. But we are on the way to New Orleans, have a little fun with the boys and watch some football and have a good time. Today, unfortunately, here in just south of Champaign, Illinois, it's a very cold, 45 degrees, incredibly windy, rainy, just god-awful day. So glad I'm in a nice car, gonna be cruising on down, and so if anything fun happens in the next 10 hours, then I'll check back in with you and let you know, but otherwise, let's get on to New Orleans. So I made it, as you can tell, got a lot of stuff going on. We made it over to Bourbon St. I've already actually been to the casino, lost a little bit, but just kind of acclimated myself to a little fun time in New Orleans. So excited to go on a little tour here with all the crew. We got some boys behind us back there, hanging out. So yeah, we're gonna have a good time, see what's up. Day two. Last night we meandered around a little of the French Quarter and did a little time at Cafe du Monde, relaxed a little bit and just kind of strolled around, got lay of the land, then came back and just relaxed. We got some plans for today. We're cutting out a little early. We're gonna go across Lake Pontchartrain. We're gonna hit up a little swamp tour, see what all is going on out there in the old bayou. Should be a good time. Just figured I'd give you a little show of what's happening outside our room. Pretty nice. We are smack dab next to the casino down there. We can see Harrah's down there. Got the river back there. Pretty nice stuff. Looking forward to seeing what today brings. Should be pretty interesting. Got a variety of different plans. We're going to do a little walking tour. We're glad that the weather was supposed to be a little off today. It was supposed to be a little rainy, but it's looking like it's holding off. But it'll be a little cool, mid 60s. So yeah, I think we can swing that. So I'll bring you along next time and show you all the fun stuff that we're up to. All right, so we made it to first adventure right now. We're gonna get on a boat. On a boat, everybody look at me, 'cause I'm sailing on a boat. And do a little tour out into the swamps, see what all we can find. It's always fun being greeted by a sign that says, "Gators can kill you." Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but every time I've come across a gator, it hasn't killed me yet, so I'm optimistic to my chances. But it's a cold day. You can see I got my coat on. Out in the boat, it's going to get a little windy out there, so a little chilly to begin with, but day's supposed to warm up. We'll get into the 60s, 70s, hopefully by later today. And we got some other fun stuff coming up. We're going to do another little tour and things out in rest of downtown and get a little better view of of all the fun stuff that's happening throughout New Orleans. So we'll keep you involved. Like I said, we got a couple more minutes. All the guys are gearing up back here, getting it all set up, and yeah, we'll get on a boat and I'll show you a little what all we encounter. Check back in a minute. Alright, so we just got done with the tour. It was a blast. We had a great time. Got to see some cool stuff. No gators out today. It's a little cold for that, but got to see some birds, some fish, some turtles. It's all good stuff here. But definitely worth the chance if you got the time while you're out here. Take a little river tour. It's a lot of fun. So we're off to get some food, some lunch, and see what else is going on downtown. See you in a bit. Alright peeps, next up we're at the Parkway. Apparently this is a place to go for po' boys. It's a little awkward getting here. It's definitely kind of a strange place. Got to go down some one-way streets, kind of sketchy little neighborhood, but there's a big old line here, so I'm thinking that is a positive sign. So hopefully we're going to get some good food. Looking forward to it.
A few moments later.
We're back out on Bourbon Street getting ready to go to get some dinner, and we're at a place where they're chucking beads, having some fun, all sorts of good shenanigans. We're already seeing some good inappropriate behavior behind us, so can't go wrong with that. It's all sorts of good fun, so hopefully there'll be even more good fun as we continue on with the night. Who knows what we're going to run into, but all sorts of opportunity for good shenanigans. So I think we're pretty close to where we're going to get some food. So let's we'll come back, I'm sure, and find even more good fun. Right, so we just got done eating at GW Finn's. Not bad. Had the encrusted, Parmesan crusted. What was it? It was sheep's head. That's what it was.
A fish.
It's a fish, not an animal or card game. For those of you from Wisconsin, it wasn't bad. I'd say it was a heartier, thicker cut. Not like a steak, like a swordfish, but it had that consistency. Decent, not too bad. Can't complain. So now we're all kind of gathering here, just getting it all together again, getting ready to head on back down to see what's going on with some of the shenanigans. That's just back there. Should be a good time. Once again, we'll catch you when we come across some fun stuff that we can catch on video. So, yep. today. We are obviously in a different location. Last night, after going around through Bourbon, we ended up going back to the casino. Took a bad beat on the poker table, which ended my night, left a little sour taste in my mouth, but it's cards sometimes. So got up today, had a little breakfast. We went to the place that has the world's best, let's see, what was it? World's best ham. Where it really wasn't. In fact, one of the guys didn't even eat more than like 3 bites of it before he was like, yeah, this is no good. So unfortunately we got baited on that one, but we're now made our way down to Baton Rouge. So instead of going straight over to the game, we decided to actually come into the capital city of Louisiana, which is Baton Rouge. And so now we're strolling about here, just checking everything out. We decided to come on over to the waterfront. You can see behind me here is the USS Kidd, I believe. The warship here on the Mississippi. So we got planetarium behind me, old Capitol, a variety of different things throughout the lovely, beautiful Baton Rouge waterfront. So we're gonna stroll around here, see what kind of trouble we can get into, check out the sights, and then head south, go back to where the game is, and we'll catch in a little bit of fun stuff when we're back towards the campus side of things. Unless there's something just amazing that I need to check in with, that's what we're up to right now. It's a beautiful day, as you can tell. It's like 75. Gotta love it. All right, so we're right in smack in the middle of all sorts of good tailgating fun. It is like a big old place right here. We got all sorts of people getting all sorts of crazy going on, all sorts of fun. Look at all that we got. It's crazy right now. So yeah, I'm excited to see what all sorts of good fun we got going on. I don't know why we're going this way, but who knows what's down this road.
Go Tigers!
Yeah, there you go. Go LSU. It's good stuff. Woo! So we made it into like a big field right now. All sorts of good shenanigans going on, all sorts of places. We've got lots of people having a good time, partying it up. This is where ESPN did their game day. Probably catch that behind me right there. That's where they did their game day stuff. It is just all sorts of fun people having a great old time right now, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. We got people just going out, having a great time. It is pretty freaking cool. I don't know if you saw a guy at the LSU. I mean, come on, look at that. Look at that guy. That guy's having a good time right there. There's no doubt about it. So keep checking in, see if I can get like a little walkthrough of some of the fun places that we're going. It's good stuff. So I've added a little college flavor. We're on the way over to the game right now. A lot of the crazy partying is slowing down a little bit. People who are not going to the game have decided to make their way towards some bars. Some of the tailgates are starting to shut down. There's some crazy tailgating going on. So we are now making our way into the stadium. Tell you what, it is some serious, legit stuff going on here. Ton of fun, people just tearing it up, having a great time. Sadly, we just got done watching Iowa not get past Purdue. Congrats to my parents, Purdue grads. And yeah, so now we get to go on to this crazy show. The energy here is just unbelievable. People are just tearing it up, having an awesome time. Like I said, it's great environment right now. Just for fun, just being out. It's good stuff. Catch you in a couple minutes here as we're getting closer to the stadium. Your expectations for today?
LSU is unfortunately going to lose, but hopefully they're not going to lose by too many.
Cover or not?
They're going to cover. 14 points is a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. So yeah, I just want to see a good game, see some LSU madness, and that's about it. That's the agenda.
LSU madness. What kind of LSU madness are we looking for right now?
I'd like to see some people arrested, maybe run on the field.
After watching the tailgates going on, I think that's actually pretty high likelihood.
Show the trash that we're doing.
Yeah, so here I'll turn and show it to you in our background here. Yeah, that's what happens when you get some crazy tailgating going on. We got to negotiate through all the trash here. Probably some some vomit, maybe some other bodily fluids that are strewn about right now. Never really know. But this is a sign that there's been a lot of fun had here. A lot of good fun, and maybe some rough nights ahead of us, but good times. All right, we'll catch you back. All right, so we're ready to get in. How close are we to getting in?
Close are we to getting in? I'm not sure how close to getting in, but we're about 6 or 7 minutes from the stadium. As soon as we get to the stadium, we'll be in line, and then probably about 25-30 minutes after that.
Awesome. This is my first game.
Really?
Fired up, absolutely. I'm from Milwaukee, so.
It's a great game to come to, man.
Oh man, that's legit. I'm looking forward to it.
It's real shit.
Atmosphere's been lit, so.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Looking forward to it.
Me too, man. Hey, from around here?
Nope, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin? Really?
Yeah, that's right.
You're a cheesehead.
Yeah, I'm a cheesehead. Yep, I am. It's tailgating right here, baby. Love it. Energy's lit. It's gonna be good times.
What's your prediction? Give me a prediction. What's going to happen today?
We're going to win! Fuck Bama!
That's all good.
Love it. This is what we're talking about right here. Look at this. This is what we come for right here.
Jesus Christ is Lord.
Yep. This is what we come for. Getting into the stadium right now. It's good stuff. Got people cheering around. It's looking good. People are fired up. Just another opportunity. Everybody getting fired up. There we go. Give me your prediction. What do we got tonight?
Woo! Prediction.
21
21-17 LSU.
LSU and LSU. What do you got? What do you got your prediction here? What's happening tonight? That's what we're talking about. Who's winning tonight? LSU. Give me score. What do you got for score?
24-21.
35-28.
That's a high score. What do you got? What's your score?
No, 24-21.
24-21. Close game. Everyone's looking at LSU. See where we go.
Go Tigers.
Alright, so we were in the wrong line, but now we're in. Life's good. We're on our way to check out the game. It's getting crazy. People are loud. Looking forward to getting into places that we want to be. So we're going to get in the mosh pit right now. It's crazy. If you don't like crowds, you don't like energy, this isn't the place to be. Good stuff, everyone's fired up. Here we go. What do you think? Woo! Pretty exciting stuff.
There we go.
What do you got for prediction for tonight?
Alabama 31, LSU 24.
Ooh. The dissenter in our group, obviously he's not an LSU guy. Maybe a little voice of reason.
I'd love to see an upset.
And it'd be a lot of fun. Should be a good time. I'm excited, man.
Close game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close one, too.
I think so.
Man, all right, we're one section away. Let's hit it. walking along here in the concourse. It's currently 29-0. LSU is getting ready to score. It's about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, but the group that I'm with, they called it. They said no mas. Thrown in the towel. Said it's time for us to get to other adventures. So we're checking out, getting out of here, headed back to New Orleans. It's going to be a bit of a trek out there, but you know, would have loved to see a little bit more competitive game. Like to see the LSU put up a little bit better fight, a little bit better play calling, a little bit better coaching, but it wasn't meant to be today.
2 hours later.
Saturday night, we got back, made it safe from the game, which was sadly a bit of a disappointment, but we're on to bigger and better things. The rest of the crew has decided to turn it down, turn it in. I don't understand. Saturday night, we got an extra hour, so I'm like, let's go back out to Bourbon. And I got my boy, and he's like, let's make this happen too.
See what nonsense is going on tonight.
Exactly. So, you know, we ought to have like a scorecard of all like the nonsense things that we could see and just like check them off like bingo and see who can come up with a winner of all the ridiculous stuff that happens. But yeah, hey, Saturday night, Bourbon Street. Let's see what all we got. Slow night for Saturday. Alright, so we're back at it again. It's early morning Sunday. I guess it's not early too much anymore. Last night we were out for quite a while, got back and just crashed. There was a lot of good stuff. So now we're back headed towards doing our Sunday projects. Today we're thinking about heading on over and checking out the Saints game. I don't know if we're going to get to that. Tickets are pretty pricey right now. So we just walked past Cafe Du Monde. We're thinking about getting some food. We're not going to go there. We're going to hit up a little spot here in the French Market. The Cafe Du Monde line was just absolutely absurd. Plus, it's actually, I don't know if you can tell, a little overcast right now. Actually rained on us for some time. So yeah, we'll continue on with our adventure. I'll check you in once we get to the market, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Armstrong Park, 32-acre park located in the Tremaine neighborhood of New Orleans. In the 1960s, a controversial urban renewal project leveled a substantial portion of the park. After a decade of debate, the city created this present-day park from that land. Named after jazz legend Louie Armstrong, contains a municipal auditorium, the Mahalia Jackson Theater for the Performing Arts, several buildings owned by the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park. Section of the park is famous for its role in the history of African American music and spiritual practice. Louie Armstrong Park was home to the first New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival in 1970. It has since moved to the larger space at the New Orleans Fairgrounds, but is still home to many other events, including the Jazz in the Park concert series, Creole Gumbo Fest, Cajun and Zydeco Festival, and much more. Monuments include a 12-foot statue of Louie Armstrong,
Allison Big Chief Tutti Montana statue.
So that's a little history of where we're at right now. We're cruising around Louie Armstrong Park. We've got all sorts of fun things going on around as far as statues are concerned. You'll see a variety of different things throughout this park. One of the interesting things about this park is that it's considered to be the birthplace of jazz. The park prior to being what it is right now, back in the day there was a large slave population throughout Louisiana and New Orleans, and this is where they would come and congregate, and as you started to get in some of the African portion of the music and the drums, and you started to infuse that in with some of the brass from some of the other French and Creole and some of the other history that they had. They blended together, and as they blended together, then you get jazz, and that's what is going on at this park. A little fun memorials to some of the great jazz artists and musicians that have come from the area. So that's where we're hanging out right now. It's a beautiful day. Rain has stopped, which is nice, so we can really get out and actually enjoy all the fun stuff that's going on. So I'm gonna head on over here to show you the Louie Armstrong statue. Got a beautiful fountain. Not many people out today right now. A lot of people are gearing up for the big Saints-Rams game, so everyone's wearing their Saints gear. But kind of spin us around here a little bit, so show you a little bit about what the statue is like. Nice big monument and memorial. Got it right there. So good stuff here in New Orleans. All sorts of great history. So it's late night, and we just got done eating. Catch you up on a little all the stuff that just happened. So we tried to go to the Saints game, and didn't get a chance. Somebody bought the tickets out from underneath us. So unfortunately, we went to a bar just down the street. We ended up going to Drew Brees' place, which was not too bad. Watched the game, great fun, and then went back home, kicked it, relaxed for a little bit, and then came out to the next place for dinner. This was actually on Mike's list of foods that we wanted to hit up, and it was fantastic. We are in a very relatively, well, let's see, how would you guys describe the neighborhood that we're currently in? Give me some adjectives.
A little sketchy.
They are trying to yuppify it.
Yeah, it's
industrial.
yeah,
Got some warehouses everywhere.
it's got some recovery to do. There's maybe in view 10 things that don't have graffiti on it right now, so see if we can change that coming up here. But yeah, it's a little sketchy. However, Paladar 511 delivered pretty nicely on the food. Davi, what do you think on the food? What did you end up having?
I had a tuna something. It was very good.
Tuna something.
Yep.
Go with it. Lawrence.
Yeah, beef carpaccio, little lamb pasta. Excellent.
Yeah. I had the rabbit. Rabbit was solid. Really can't complain. So now we're gonna hopefully not get abducted in any fashion and make our way back.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been a great trip. This has been a great end to our adventures. So yeah, definitely chalk it up as a W on this trip. So we'll head it back, and who knows how many other vlogs I'll get out of this trip, but hopefully this isn't my last. All right, we're gonna make a little off-kilter course around. Frenchman's a great street for a lot of jazz clubs. Let's just go down and then come back. We'll go down one and then come over. So a lot of fun, trendy little stuff going on here. A lot of people out enjoying some of the jazz that's in clubs. So cruising by Apple Barrel, Cafe Negril. So yeah, just kind of enjoying the scene right now. A lot of great tunes. I'll see if I can capture a little bit, put it out for us, show you what all everyone's getting into here. This is kind of the second part of fun for streets to be on.
Like, I went to the
Kind of on the other side of the quarter here, so. Alright, off to other things. So, got my coat back on. We're in the lobby, getting all checked out, ready to roll. It is pretty nice here, 60s, but back in Milwaukee, it's looking like I'm rolling in at about 46 degrees. So, New Orleans has been good to us for the past couple days. A lot of fun. Don't know when the next opportunity I'll be to get back. How's your trip?
I'll be back in 15 years.
15 years is about right. No, I'll scrub myself off by that time and feel like I can make it back down again. But it's a good trip. It was fun. Fun for the opportunity. So, yeah. All right. Catch you later. All right. Back in the car again. So I just dropped off the crew at the airport. It's a really foggy day. I'm hoping that they get out. but wanted to just throw down a couple of reflections on the trip as I start my journey north back home. Had a lot of fun. Trip was really good. It's interesting when you get a bunch of people together and you do this, over and over again. You kind of have people fall into different roles, and we have people that get different sections together, and when everyone does their little job, it works out really well. So it ends up being a better trip. We had one guy that researched food, and one of the guys got the tickets. I was able to, get people around just driving, preparing for that stuff. So it really makes the trip go a lot easier. And this one pretty much went off with really out a hitch. We had a lot of opportunities and time to just kind of meander around if we wanted, or we had certain things that were scheduled that we wanted to make sure to get to at a certain time, and all of us were able to accomplish that, which, like I said, adds to just the fun of the trip and the overall enjoyment. But once again, 4 days in New Orleans gets to be pretty exhausting. So at this point, while I had a lot of fun on the trip, I'm definitely ready to be home, and tomorrow I'll be able to get back to my job and doing what I like to do. But this was about the exact right time of getting out and spending time in New Orleans. Food was fantastic, as expected. People were fantastic. Just a lot of fun overall. So I think this is where I'm probably going to cut it off, unless something else happens along the way. Videoed some random things happening on the way in, on the travel down, but unless something exciting happens, I think this is where I'll cut it for New Orleans 2018 next year. A couple different options out on the table, so places I've never been, possibly. So we'll see what ends up happening. Otherwise, for this New Orleans trip, I'm out.